What's good, guys? I thought I would give you guys a little insight on all the indicators that I use on the daily basis for day trading that actually help me be profitable. Now, I wouldn't say these are necessary, but I think they just make my life so much easier. So I'm gonna start off with the search and destroy profile by TFO. These are my settings for it. I'll let you guys pause and screenshot and whatever if you guys want to see. But basically, what this does is it gives me the sessions, so Asia, London, and New York. This is all I wanted to do. So it does other things, but this is basically what I have it for. It also tells me if there's a search and destroy profile on the day. So if there's a search and destroy profile, it usually says it on the chart. I don't like that. I put it to be in the corner. So if there's a search and destroy profile on the day, which is when the market has Asia range, London takes out Asia high and low, and then New York opens taking out a high or a low, you can then expect maybe the other part to be taken. That's like on a probability basis, that's like a good indicator of that. So when that does happen, so I don't miss it, I like to have it right here in the corner, and it tells me it says possible search and destroy day, or like maybe search and destroy, something like that. And then at the end, like after, it says valid if it was valid. Now, as you can see here, it's not valid on NQ, but it was valid on YM. Same thing here. So it's not perfect. It works on YM, NQ, and ES. So yeah, but I think it's still a good indicator to have, just to have the sessions even without the search and destroy profile. I like seeing my London low, my London high, my Asia low, my Asia high very clearly in the chart, just like that. Now, for the second part, we have the fair value gap, inverse fair value gap by Nephew Sam. And again, these are my settings that I have for it. I can turn these on. I just don't like having them on. I like to see just what I have on the chart right now. And that's for day trading. When we move on to swing trading, it'll change. But for day trading, this is what I like. I don't like having it show inverse fair value gap. I can see when something inverse to fair value gap is fine. I just like to see where the fair value gaps are, how, and I just like to see it very clearly and have it drawn out for me without me having to actually go do it. It's just like a kind of quality of life. And after, we have the AGX watermark, which is what I have up here. It's just kind of like to mark my chart so that people know that it is my chart, and that to remind myself, right, from the good old days, or like the well, back when I first started trading like 6 years ago. No FOMO, patience, and AMD is just so people know what I trade. If ever people look there, probably won't, but it's there just in case. So yeah, this is basically just like a there's a mistake right there. I just realized that's kind of pissing me off. But yeah, it's just to have this thing on top of my chart. Sticky notes is something that I used to use, and I keep it there because I think it's like a cute reminder of where I came from. So back before I started actually being profitable and stuff, actually this helped me become profitable low key. But before then, I would kind of like make weird decisions not based on my plan. So sticky notes is basically just my plan. So it's probably changed since then. I'm gonna turn it on. It shows up right here. So it's changed a little bit since then, but basically it's just if something was there, you click on the indicator and you can click check right here, check box, check, and then it's gonna check it right there. Then when everything was checked, then I knew my day was done. I entered the right trade and everything was fine. So I kind of like this. I don't turn it on anymore. It's off on every single one of my charts. It's just this one on my NQ chart, that because I like just having it there. It's kind of like a memento of like back then, right? Macro tracker is always off. I just turn it on sometimes to see a little bit, but it basically just highlights the macros like so, right? It puts the little thing above macro 850 to 910. I used to put it on just so I would know, but now I kind of know without it. It's just, again, just like a little quality of life thing. I just feel like it makes the chart look a little clunky, so now I just leave it off basically at all times. If you watch me live trading for the score, you'll know you'll never see that indicator being on, whereas the other ones are always on, right? Except for the sticky notes as well. Power of three is this little 4 hour candle over here. You can put it to be any candle you want. Right here, I mean, I like having on the 4 hour with an offset of 80, so it's right there on the side. Basically, yeah, because I like trading the 10 a.m. AMD, so I like seeing the 4 o'clock or the 4 hour candle that opens at 10 o'clock. Let's say it goes down, creates that bottom wick, and then it comes back to where it opens, starts flipping green. Usually, that's a good indicator that the manipulation phase is over, and you can kind of get into the distribution phase and cash the real move, not the fake out at the 10 a.m. open. So these are my indicators that I like on my day trading and my NQ and my ES. I think ES has the same ones except for sticky notes. It does have sticky notes. I didn't even know that. So I guess the only one that's missing there is the macro tracker. Yeah, because I just don't use it that much. I just like having it here just in case I just want to turn it on to explain something, or maybe for a video or something, right? And then we have my swing trading indicator, which is very simple. Again, it's a search and destroy profiles, but that's off. But I like turning it on sometimes just to see a little bit, just like this. But on the swing trade charts, I stay more on the 4-hour and the 1-hour chart. So what that means is that I have the fair value gap, inverse fair value gap to show me the 4-hour, and that's it, and what's on my chart, right? So if I'm on the 1-hour chart, I see the hourly fair value gaps, but I also see the 4-hour fair value gap. As you can see here, there's a 4-hour fair value gap. I don't need to go on the 4-hour chart. I know it's there. If you go, you'll see it there right now. So I just like having those indicators for the swing trading. That's basically it. My other charts really don't have indicators. My YM chart has search and destroy. I used to not even have that. I started having that like this week. It's not really relevant. So again, those were my indicators. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys found any of this useful, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.